Welcome, my peeps, my peoples. Please like, comment, subscribe, share the video. It'd be greatly appreciated from the bottom of my heart, my peeps, my peoples. Peep Squad is in the building, baby. We're going to the top and we're going to bring others with us. So let's talk about Wendy Williams. Happy birthday to Wendy Williams. We wish you the best and everything was all good for her show. Wendy Williams turned 55 years old today. Happy birthday. She had Andy Cohen on the show. Basically, he came through and he had to mention something about Wendy Williams' husband. You know, he had to talk about, Kevin Hunter, because that's the big story. That's the big end with Wendy Williams. What's up with Wendy Williams and Kevin Hunter? What about their divorce? So when Andy entered Wendy Williams' show, he got on stage. Basically, his shoes was kind of out there or whatever, but he came on the show and he was like, it's been the first time in 6 years, that Andy has been on the Wendy Williams show, and he was there for her birthday too as well. And it started off with a bang, but he said, your husband was not my biggest fan. Oh, yes, indeed. That's probably why Andy was not on the Wendy Williams show in 6 years, because, Kevin Hunter did not like Andy Cohen at all, did not like him. And a lot of people don't like Andy. I heard some stories about Andy, I think about last month when I went to dinner and I was at a Josh restaurant. It was a nice fine dining restaurant, and I did posted on YouTube, so you guys can check out that video. And one of the persons that was with me, I don't want to say her name or anything like that, but she's not black, she's not white, and she's not Spanish, but she works behind the scenes at different networks. She does the number crunching and she does some other stuff behind the scenes, and she said she had the chance to meet Andy and just watch him as he interact with other people. And she said that he was nasty, he was mean, he was rude, and he had an air about himself like he was better than everybody. And it was just like, she just felt like so disgusted. Her spirit felt bad, she was telling me. I was like, OMG. She was like, yes, he's really despicable. You could not even imagine how awful it is to be around him. I was like, OMG. And this is not a person that actually listen to gossip, or even watch The Real Housewives of Atlanta or anything on Bravo at all, period. She was just like, my encounter with him and watching him act around the studio was really horrific. I was like, OMG, so it's going down. So Andy basically made sure he threw in like, what, I've been rooting for you, Wendy Williams. Your husband wasn't a fan of me at all, but you know what, I'm rooting for you. Basically, he was actually referring to Wendy Williams, filing divorce against, Kevin Hunter. And basically, he continued to praise her and her newfound independence. Like, Wendy's living in the city, New York City, everything like that. And Wendy said, my life has really changed, everything has really changed. Things are different now. Everything is not the same. I was like, OMG. So Wendy, talked about Kevin Hunter a little bit, but we know Sharina Hudson is coming full-fledged. She's coming in the picture. She's coming out pretty soon, and she's going to have a story to tell. So it's going to be crazy to see what goes down with this situation. So we'll see what happens on that. But I was like, okay, we feel you. Andy came in and basically talked about Little Kim too as well. And Andy was just basically like, yeah, she canceled on me, and she came at me, and she was on me for some reason, and I don't know why she was on me, and I don't know why she had a problem with me. So that was the situation Andy was saying. And basically Wendy Williams was like, yeah, she canceled her shows and stuff like that, but he was like, she threw me under the bus. And Wendy Williams was like, she would have had a good time here. You messy. And Andy was like, no, Wendy Williams, you messy. And, and Wendy was like, she would have had a good time here on our show. Andy was like, she would have had a good time on our show. And Wendy was like, well, I know her. And then Andy let it go. So it was basically a little shade here and there. Where Wendy was like, this is my house. This is my home. I know her. And Wendy's been talking about Wendy Williams has been talking about Little Kim since the 90s, baby. Way before you even knew about Little Kim, Andy, if you even did know about her. So it was just fun to see how Andy had to bat back and put it on pause because he wasn't on his show. And if Kevin Hunter was still in the picture, let me tell you, Andy wouldn't be on this show right now. So that's the situation. And also, Wendy Williams did have a message for Little Kim, basically telling Little Kim that, you didn't have to cancel your show with me. I wasn't going to ask you about your plastic surgery. I wasn't going to mention any of that stuff or whatever. Like, I don't know why, like, are you bleaching your skin and things like that. So this is what Wendy Williams said. When you were to come on, Wendy, I already knew even before your publicist or or you or whoever was going to try and lay down the law of what I cannot ask. I wasn't going to dwell on your plastic surgery, said Wendy Williams, but I was going to make mention of it. So, and you know, Wendy Williams has had plastic surgery too as well, so it's not really a big deal to her at all. You know what I'm saying? It's not a big deal to talk about plastic surgery, because when she was there with, you know, Black China, they talked about surgery. They talked about plastic surgery and getting work done and stuff like that. But Wendy Williams was like, I wasn't going to mention it all like that. There's no way to get around the plastic surgery. There really isn't. There's no way to get around the bleachings. Her bleaching her skin. Little Kim, yeah, we love you, Little Kim. You are a legend. But like, these are questions that people want to know, and people been dying to ask you, like, what's going on with Little Kim? Like, what happened? She was so beautiful in the 90s. She was so beautiful in the early 2000s, and boom, we see Little Kim again, and she totally looked like she transformed. Like, people are saying that Little Kim is trying to look like Kim Kardashian. I don't know if that's true or whatever the case may be, if she wanted to look like her, but you know, there's no way to get around the allegations of her bleaching her skin. There's no way to get around the stuff. She continues, but I wasn't going to dwell on it. I was just going to talk about how you're happy and basically paying homage to you, Little Kim. So it is what it is. But, you know, Little Kim, she canceled because she didn't want... Basically, I don't think Little Kim wanted to talk about Nicki Minaj. She didn't want to talk about the bleaching, her skin, and she didn't want to talk about the cosmetic surgery or the surgery that she did have. And basically, that's what Wendy Williams had to say about Little Kim. And, you know, everybody wanted that interview with Little Kim, but, you know, Little Kim is like, whatever. Yes, Little Kim changed. She looks very different. You know, to me, she looks like she's Asian. She doesn't even look black anymore. And I know Little Kim has been through a lot. She has seen a lot. And basically, maybe, you know, being in the music business, being in Hollywood, maybe she felt like she had to change herself and she didn't feel beautiful enough, because I was like, damn. And everybody be like, yo, Little Kim was Little Kim. Like, everybody had the Little Kim posters up. Everybody loved Little Kim, and you know, she came out totally different. So it is what it is, but we wish Little Kim the best. You know, let her do her thing and take care of her business. It's all good. So we're gonna move on from that, and we are going to talk about Tamar and Vince. Like, it's going down with Tamar and Vince. Let me tell you, it's going down, baby. I was like, OMG, like, for real, for real. Tamar is actually, you know, she's single. She's single. She has been single. She is single. She has been declared by the court to be single. She's doing her thing. She got her new man. And right now, it seems like she's not even facing any of the negativity that Vince is actually going through due to his financial and business practices and loans and companies and streaming services and everything else like that. It seems like Tamar has got a clear, free green card away from all the drama and, you know, poverty that Vince Herbert might be facing. So congratulations to Tamar. Tamar actually filed for divorce in October of 2017, and she officially has been declared single in 2019 of this summer. So it takes some time to get a divorce. So I know a lot of people like, come on, Wendy Williams, when you gonna get a divorce? But it's gonna take some time for that to happen. You know, it's not just going to happen right away, but it's going to happen. So Tamar, she is clear and she's free. She has been declared by the judge that she is a single woman. Vince Herbert is a single man too as well. Their marital status has changed, deeming them to be both single yet, but they have not finalized the split of their assets or anything like that. But right now, they are single, they are clear, they are free, and it's been declared by a judge. And it seems like Tamar is walking away with 2 thumbs up. You know, she don't got none of the problems. She don't got none of the bankruptcy problems. She don't got none of them problems. And she just doing her thing with her new man and her new boo. I guess that's how you do it, baby. She walked away, even though people blame Tamar, saying that the reason why Vince Herbert is broke is because he was trying to satisfy Tamar Braxton, and plus she knew what was going on with his businesses practices too as well. But he took the fall, he took the blame. It is what it is. I don't know what the case may be, but all I know is Toni Braxton is happy and she's dating and she's feeling good, and she has apologized to people over and over, and she's trying to start new too as well. Vince Herbert, he has moved on too as well. He's dating somebody else, so it just seems like they need to separate their properties and everything like that. I don't know who's gonna get stuck with the bill or paying the taxes or paying the money that's owed, because when all this debt occurred, they were both married, but now they're single, and it seems like Tamar is clear and free. So you guys tell me what you think about the situation. I was like, OMG, happy birthday to Wendy Williams. And you know, when Wendy Williams had her interview with Tamar Braxton, it was actually a really nice interview too as well. It was actually really good, and it seemed like, you know, Wendy Williams picked up something from Tamar too as well. When Tamar was on her show, you know, it seems like she picked up, you know, something from Tamar, that Tamar was happy to be single. Tamar was happy to move on with her life and start all over again and have a new love in her life and have a new relationship and everything like that. And Wendy was looking at her at, you know, amazement, like, wow, you really did it. You really separated from your husband. You really dating again. And it seems like Wendy Williams was right on that path. And right after Tamar was on the Wendy Williams show, you know, a couple of months afterwards, you know, all the stuff happened with Wendy Williams filing for divorce and everything like that, and all the stuff that was going down. And then all of a sudden now you see Wendy Williams living free, living happy. You know, she's Wendy in the city. She's just doing so much, and she's having a good time, and she's partying, she's dating. Allegedly she's dating a doctor, and he's in his 50s too as well. But she was looking at Tamar like, I couldn't believe that. It was like she was amazing. She couldn't believe how strong Tamar was and how she was able to move on even without the finance. Because, you know, Tamar was like, I don't have the money I used to have. I don't live in no big old mansion. I don't live in no big old house like that, but it's okay. I'm happy where I'm at, and I'm in a new loving relationship. I'm happy where I'm at. I'm free. And it looked like Wendy Williams was looking at her like, I could do this too. This could be me. And I also said this in one of my previous videos about Wendy Williams, which is in my Wendy Williams playlist. You can check it out. But, you know, Wendy Williams is on her way too as well. She's going to be clear and free and declared single by a judge sooner than later. My peeps, my people, Peep Squad is in the building. Happy birthday to Wendy Williams. She had a wonderful show. She did a great job, and she seemed happy, and she seemed confident. And amen. Peace, I'm out.